Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. Continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. Personally, I'm always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught. Nothing in life is so exhilarating as to be shot at without result. Responsibility is the price of greatness. Tact is the ability to tell someone to go to hell in such a way that they look forward to the trip. It is not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we must do what is required. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. If you are going through hell, keep going. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. You have enemies? Good. That means you've stood up for something sometime in your life. Kites rise highest against the wind, not with it. Never, never, never give in. Never give in. Never give in. Never, 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 never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in, except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy. My tastes are simple. I am easily satisfied with the best. A fanatic is one who can't change his mind and won't change the subject. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. I never worry about action, but only about inaction. Everyone is in favor of free speech. All the great things are simple, and many can be expressed in a single word: freedom, justice, honor, duty, mercy, hope. And wherever men are fighting against barbarism, tyranny, and massacre for freedom, law, and honor, let them remember that the fame of their deeds, even though they themselves are exterminated, may perhaps be celebrated as long as the world rolls round. My conclusion on free will and predestination: they are identical. The inherent vice of capitalism is the unequal sharing of blessings. The inherent vice of socialism is the equal sharing of miseries. Socialism is a philosophy of failure, the creed of ignorance, and the gospel of envy. Its inherent virtue is the equal sharing of misery. You were given the choice between war and dishonor. You chose dishonor, and you will have war. Never, never, never believe any war will be smooth and easy, or that anyone who embarks on the strange voyage can measure the tides and hurricanes he will encounter. The statesman who yields to war fever must realize that once the signal is given, he is no longer the master of policy, but the slave of unforeseeable and uncontrollable events. War is a game that is played with a smile. If you can't smile, grin. If you can't grin, keep out of the way till you can. A prisoner of war is a man who tries to kill you and fails, and then asks you not to kill him. For myself, I am an optimist. It does not seem to be much use to be anything else. We are masters of the unsaid words, but slaves of those we let slip out. We are all worms, but I do believe that I am a glowworm. We sleep safely at night because rough men stand ready to visit violence on those who would harm us. You ask, what is our aim? I can answer in one word. It is victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory, however long and hard the road may be, for without victory there is no survival. I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. When there is no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. Healthy citizens are the greatest asset any country can have. We are still masters of our fate. We are still captains of our souls. Battles are won by slaughter and maneuver. The greater the general, the more he contributes in maneuver, the less he demands in slaughter. When you have to kill a man, it costs nothing to be polite. I cannot pretend to be impartial about the colors. I rejoice with the brilliant ones, and I am genuinely sorry for the poor browns. You can always count on the Americans to do the right thing after they have exhausted all the other possibilities. Without tradition, art is a flock of sheep without a shepherd. Without innovation, it is a corpse. Humanity will not be cast down. We are going on, swinging bravely forward along the grand high road, and already behind the distant mountains is the promise of the sun. If you have an important point to make, don't try to be subtle or clever. Use a pile driver. Hit the point once, then come back and hit it again. Then hit it a third time, a tremendous whack. I pass with relief from the tossing sea of cause and theory to the firm ground of result and fact. There is no such thing as public opinion. There is only published opinion. It is always more easy to discover and proclaim general principles than to apply them. Democracy is the worst form of government, except for all the others. Many forms of government have been tried, and will be tried in this world of sin and woe. No one pretends that democracy is perfect or all-wise. The best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. It is the people who control the government, not the government the people. When I am abroad, I always make it a rule never to criticize or attack the government of my own country. I make up for lost time when I come home. We contend that for a nation to try to tax itself into prosperity is like a man standing in a bucket and trying to lift himself up by the handle. A love for tradition has never weakened a nation. Indeed, it has strengthened nations in their hour of peril.